Welcome into another episode of Full Courtney Press. I'm your host, Courtney Mims, and if you don't know what this show is about, if you're joining us for the very first time, you've come to the right place if you like talking about hoops, because that's all we do on this show. Again, I'm your host, Courtney Mims, and man, oh man, we have had some great guests on the show, but I might be most excited for this one right now. If you're a Razorback fan, you know this guy. You love this guy. Devo Davis joining me on the show. Devo, I'm so thrilled to have you.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you for letting me join, and I'm glad we're able to catch up.
I am too, and we have a lot to catch up on, right? Because you have
hmm
some extremely big news to share with us.
hmm
You signed with a pro team. Tell us all about
I
that.
did. Yeah. So of course, of entering my last year of college, I got injured, and so my last year of college at Oklahoma State didn't go as well after being 4 years at Arkansas, and so um, I signed with an agent, leaving Oklahoma State after I had a little surgery on my meniscus, and I ended up picking a team in Venezuela. It's a really cool opportunity for me. I'm 10 minutes from the beach. It's the top level in Venezuela as well, and so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Wow. Okay, so tell us what you're most excited for. You said the beach. Is there anything, that we should know of? Where's the team located? Like in Venezuela? Do you know anything details about it?
Well, I know for sure. It's we are called the Panthers.
Okay.
So it's the top league. It's the top league. It's the top division in Venezuela. And so location wise, I'm not exactly sure, but I do know. Like I said, I'm 10 minutes from the beach. They told me that. I guess they were just trying to get me on that one.
Hey, that would get
But
me
no, yeah, I'm
too.
10. Yeah, I know. I love the beach. I love outdoors. So you tell me that, ooh, that's a must for me. But no, yeah, I'm 10 minutes from the beach. But besides that, just being able to start my pro career, it's gonna be a lot of fun. New atmosphere in a sense for me. Going overseas and then just being able to accumulate, just bring everything together that I've learned in the basketball community, getting to this point, and the pro atmosphere. I think it's gonna be fun for me.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun, especially those teams overseas. People don't
hmm
realize this, but my dad, he coached overseas for a long, long time in his career
Really?
over in England. Yeah, with the London Leopards and the Leicester Riders. And
Okay.
and what people don't realize is the pro teams overseas, they have a lot of fun. Let me just tell you that. They
hmm
have a lot of fun. They have a great fan bases who follow those teams. And if you're at a top team in the league, man, you are going to have a blast. When do you start
Yeah.
with them?
So the season actually starts in 2 weeks, which is, yeah, mind-boggling. But I leave on Sunday, so soon as I get down there, we start practicing and we getting straight to work. Which I love as well. I get to go down there and straight to hoops.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, that's like 2 weeks. You were like, oh yeah, just leave on Sunday, just very casually. I
Yeah, short notice.
I love that, Devo. What have you been doing to kind of prepare yourself, and especially coming back up from that injury to rehabilitate, to get your body right, to be ready for the professional league?
Yeah, just continue to stay consistent with my routines. Waking up in the morning, getting in the word, um, trying to just see what the Lord Himself has for me in store. And so just being consistent with what I intend to think was best for me. And so, like I said, just waking up and working out 2 or 3 times a day. Um, got to catch up with a lot of family time, of course, because being gone for 5 years in college is kind of draining. Not seeing your family all the time like you're used to. So got to catch up on family time, and then I also started my own clothing brand as well. And so I dropped my first collection. It's already sold out, and so I'm literally once I get back from Venezuela, I'm gonna be there. Also, I didn't say I'm gonna be in Venezuela about 3 or 4 months. So um, I'm gonna have clothes getting made while I'm there, and once I get back, my next collection is gonna start coming out. I'm gonna start for sure putting it out everywhere so that a lot of people can start shopping. My first collection was mediocre, but a lot of people loved it. I thought it wasn't the best, but I think it did really well. And so I think the clothing brand aspect is gonna be huge for me because I love clothes. I love fashion. I love dressing and things like that. And so I'm in most definitely in that field, just being creative and being myself. But other than that, besides basketball and my clothing brand and spending time with my family, I just tend to go fishing sometimes.
I love that. That's the most Arkansan thing you could have said, right?
Yeah.
Clothing, and I'm doing I'm playing professional basketball, but also, I've been fishing a little bit, just
Yeah, a
Devo
lot of
things.
fishing. Yes, for sure.
I love that. Wait, I want to talk about your clothing brand because you at Arkansas, you love showing off your fashion sense, coming to the
Hmm.
arena on your Instagram page. What was
Yeah.
your motivation with your brand, and what did you kind of want to do with this first collection? And you say, hey, it's not my best, but people loved it.
Hmm.
What do you want to do with kind of collections from here on out?
Yeah, so my first collection was called Believe, Inspire, and Become collection. And so my first collection came out, and I wanted to be inspirational in the sense of when you read or just see the shirt itself, it inspires you, but also knowing the backstory of why I started my brand as well, you know. And so, like I said, my first collection was just to get my brand, so I guess you could say out there, but also get my story that's behind the brand out there as well. And so just being able to believe that you can be able to do whatever you want in life, inspire others, the ones around you, because of course, if you inspire others, you also become better within them helping you, and then just becoming what God has planned for you, you know. And that's just how I see my vision within the clothing aspect. And then so just venturing off with that, and then I like colors and stuff, and so my first collection was black and white. I think I'm gonna do a lot of different colors when it comes to this next collection in the next couple months. So put a lot of thought into it, and so just being able to, like I said, venture off and just be creative, you know.
Yeah, I am honestly kind of shocked that it was black and white. I really feel like it would have been
Yeah.
a little bit more colorful. That kind of
It-
you love to wear colors. That's why I'm kind of wow. Okay, it was black and white.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just changed up a little bit because I can wear all black too. I can wear all black for a few days straight now. So no, but I love colors, and so yeah, definitely want to switch it up, not just for me, but also for my audience as well, because I know they love what I love, and so if I show them that I love colors, which they already know, boom, they'll start shopping, and then just continue to explore my clothing brand, you know.
Oh my goodness. Well, I need to get some of that. Okay, you need to hook
For
me
sure, I
up.
would
We
definitely
need.
send you the
I need.
link.
I need to wear some of it. I need to go around here in Little Rock. I need to be when they ask me, "What are you wearing today, Courtney?" And I'm gonna be like,
Hmm.
it's what Devo Davis's brand,
It's
Devontae
called Four
Davis's.
Time Department.
What's it called?
Four Times Department.
Ooh, I like
Hmm.
that. That's
Yeah,
a
it's called
great
Four Times
name.
Department.
What was the
Yeah, and
meaning
so
behind the name?
so of course number four, and so basically I was thinking, and I came up with four times depth, and so that's shortened for four times department. So the slogan is basically you be four times depth into life. More four times. So you be more into depth into what you got going on into your life and what you exploring. And when you do that, you can go four times more depth into what you want to really be and create and inspire. You know what I mean? So just a
Yeah.
little, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of ins and outs because I'm still building, but I have a lot of it in my notes plotted down for sure. But it
I
took it took
love
a
that.
took a while.
I love that. That is awesome. Listen, I said this was a basketball show, and I promise we're going to talk more hoops, but I just had to ask you about the clothing brand, okay? Because I
No, I
love that.
appreciate it.
And I know the Hog fans who wanted an update from you wanted to know what you were up to. And I think that's a great update.
Hmm.
You need to get with JJ Andrews, though, because JJ Andrews got on this show 2 weeks
Hmm.
ago. And I said, what do you like to do outside of basketball? And he said, I'm in a painting class, but also I love fashion. I love to
Hmm.
make sure. And I was like, all right, all right. I feel like
Okay.
Devo would like,
Okay.
come on, there needs to be a little collab there. I'm just
It is
saying.
crazy. I seen him. You want to say something else now, Miss Mims? Now I'm telling you now. I seen JJ. He was on TikTok. He be doing some dancing too.
No. Oh, he should have
You're gonna
said
have to go
that.
look. You're gonna have to go look.
Oh, I'm gonna go look right after this. He did not mention his dancing skills. We
Yeah,
might have a.
yeah, he be on there dancing.
He did not tell me that. All right, we're calling him out on the show. JJ, you did not say that you're a dancer too. I love that. Devo, let's talk a little bit about Arkansas basketball right now because I am sure you, just like many other Arkansas fans and myself, watched
Yeah.
that game against Alabama and just complete heartbreak because a double
Hmm.
overtime loss when Darius Acuff balls out like that,
Oh man.
49 points. Devo, you tell me. You've played for this Razorback team. You know what it's like playing for Arkansas. You know the fans. You know how crazy going to Alabama is and playing in that
Oh
environment.
yes.
How crazy is it that that game went to double OT, that 4 players fouled out, that they were still able to battle, and Darius Acuff
Yeah.
popped out for 49 points? I mean, just what were your thoughts?
Well, I'm gonna use one of my old coaches saying, Coach Muss, mind-boggling. you know, it was crazy. Like just being able to just not just see him as an individual because we already know he's talented. But doing that in Tuscaloosa, like I done played in Tuscaloosa a couple times. It's hard to play in there. Yeah, you can barely hear. You think it's bigger than what it is. It's not that big. It's a little small dome, and just being in that atmosphere, it's like it's crazy. But him performing the way he did, and before I even say how he did, which we all know he did terrific, even though they lost. It's crazy just being able to be in Alabama in Tuscaloosa and then be a freshman. Now alongside that, you got you got some guys that's and you're in the game with that's haven't been in this environment either, and so just being able to see him perform the way he did, it was awesome. It was like I think he passed Ty Day, right?
Yeah.
In
Oh,
most points
yeah.
as a freshman. Yeah, he passed Ty Day in the most
Yep.
points as a freshman in the SEC game. And so I tell everybody around me, the people that I do talk to about basketball, if you want to be Alabama, you got to score more than 100 points. And so we did score more than 100 points. We just couldn't pull off the victory. But no, yes, from him having an outstanding game to the end of the second half, him hitting the buzzer beater, and I mean, it's just amazing. It's fun to watch.
It is, and I do want to say because I'll mention what he did because you're exactly right.
Yeah.
He was record breaking. Let's just be honest. So here's what he did. He the most points in a Southeastern Conference game by a Razorback, and he was just shy of a
Hmm.
program record 51 points. Of a program
Really.
record 51 points that was set in 2009 by Rodney Clark. So he
Mm.
was just shy of that, but he broke Scotty Thurman's single season freshman scoring record. Which Thurman had 540 points that was set in 1992. So there you go, that
Wow.
season. Yeah. Broke
92.
Todd Day's scoring record, like you said, in an SEC game from 1992 when he dropped 43 points on LSU. So he flew
Hmm.
past that record. So it's just insane just
Yeah.
how many records he's already broken, and we're not even done yet with the regular season. This team has got postseason hopes, postseason. I mean, I believe that we all believe that this team will be in the tournament. If they aren't,
For
that's
sure.
insane. I don't know
Yeah, for
what
sure.
they will have to. It would have to be an epic failure in the last
Yeah.
couple of weeks to not make the tournament. But
Hmm.
so I just think it's just insane that we are watching just such a generational talent in real time. Devo,
Hmm.
is for you just being a former Razorback, is it so fun to see him play and to see him, put on that Arkansas jersey and just play with a lot of pride for the state and also the team? I mean, for you as a Razorback, it's got to be fun to
Yeah.
just be like, we're witnessing that.
No, for sure. Like you hit it right on the head. Like seeing it and being on the court is totally different, of course. And I always wanted to watch, before or after going to Arkansas. And so it's nice seeing like the entire team. And then I always been a Coach Cal fan. I'm not gonna lie. When this goes out, a lot of people gonna be like, really, really, really. Well, yes, I always been a Coach Cal fan. Like I've always loved Kentucky's but I always loved Arkansas much more, of course. But no, Coach Cal himself was always a good coach to me. I just thought, and so yeah, just seeing Darius do his thing, and then you got Coach Cal as one of the top five best coaches, college coaches, I think ever. Just combining those two, and then you got the collective group, which the rest of the ship is gonna sail with those two guys. I mean, you can't ask for nothing more, And so just seeing those two like work together, and sometimes, of course, you're gonna bump heads and things like that, which is fine because it's basketball. I'm sure they both want to win and compete at the highest level, And so just seeing those two work with each other, and then alongside people that I've played with or been around, such as Ronnie Brewer, TB, guys like them being a part of their success as well. It's so much love from over here from my end going to them, and I can't wait. I really want to catch another game. If I don't catch another game in Fayetteville, they might see me in March Madness, depending on how things go overseas.
Okay. I hope
Mhm.
so because Devo Magic and March Madness, even if you're not on the court, I feel like you just need to
Yeah, I
be
hope
in
I
the
can bring a little, yeah,
you just need to
little
be in the
juice.
building, okay? All right. I know it didn't
Yeah.
go well for Kentucky. I know that you were there because you were like, hey,
Mhm.
Razorback fans. You were there for the Kentucky game, which, by the way, I was too. Wild atmosphere, just an
Yeah.
amazing atmosphere. Bud Walton Arena, there's just some magic there. It's beautiful. But
Mhm.
that didn't go your way. You wanted to see a Razorback win. They didn't. So you've got to get
Mhm.
back there. I just have to
For
say it.
sure.
You've got to get back
I
there.
know.
I was going to bring up, and I hope I'm not putting you on the spot with this one either. We talked about watching Darius Acuff. What's it like seeing TB out there still and still balling out? Is it kind of cool to just see his growth? You've played with
Mhm.
him. Now he's just becoming the player that I think he's always really wanted to be.
For
And
sure.
it's just so cool to see his development. What's it like for you?
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, like seeing the development. I mean, seeing him from where he started, and then, well, when I was in school, I should say, because he started in Missouri, of course, but from where he came in at Arkansas, and now you can tell he's just much more confident. Coach Cal, I'm sure has spoken to him many, many times and gotten his ear about confidence and being able to be a leader because he is one of the older guys on the team, if I'm not mistaken. And so just seeing his growth, like you said, Courtney, but also knowing that he got room to grow and develop. Along with Coach Cal being right there beside him, and a lot of other assistants and players beside him as well. Like you said, they got a long rest of the year. The rest of the year is gonna be pretty long. It's not you would think it's over once you get to the middle of conference. Once you get into March Madness, it seems like it's a whole nother run. And so no, just being able to see his growth and his development and his game expand. It's so much. It's so much that I can see. Like I said, off the court now. That looking back, you can tell the development is much better for sure.
Is there a specific aspect of his game that you're like, whoa, he really worked on that? Or is it
Yeah,
just the
shooting the
confidence?
ball much more confident. He's shooting much more. Of course, he could always shoot it, and we knew that when we was in school as well. But like now, it's like Coach Cal's like, if he ain't telling him to shoot, he's like, you better shoot. Because if you don't shoot, you getting out. But no, it's like he's shooting much more confident. Along with he always been rebounding and things like that. And then you got, like I said, Malik Thomas and A Cuff and all those guys around him to make him much better, make the game easier for him.
Oh, absolutely. Having
Throwing
those
lobs
guys
and
on your
all of that.
team, they definitely help. Someone that I've talked about a lot on this show, Devo. Now that I have you, I get to like make
Hmm.
this comparison live on air. I've always said that Billy Richmond, when he gets in a game,
Yeah.
he reminds me of you, Devo. He does because it was like he comes off the bench and he gives
Hmm.
120%. And it just
Hmm.
reminds me of when you would get in a game and you'd be all over the court. You'd be doing
Yeah.
whatever you needed to do. I mean, you watch him a little bit and say, yeah, he does remind me of me a little bit.
For sure, he energized Bernie for that team. He gets the team going. You could tell. And if it's getting A Cup going, he'll do it on the defensive end. To get the offense going. And so I think you're not mistaken. I think you see the same thing I see, but a lot of people have told me that as well. I didn't got many DMs, and even when I went to the game, a lot of people was coming up to me, and I was only on half of the side of the arena. I didn't even get to the other side of the arena. A lot of people was coming up to me, man. Billy, you look like you and Billy play alike. La, la, la. I'm like, yeah, I know. You think so? Appreciate it. Thank you. He got much more room to grow, such as me, but he's just much better athlete than me as well. I can't say that he can jump, but no, yeah, Billy's a really good player. Like I said, he brings a lot of energy to the defensive end, which allows him to, like we seen yesterday, can score as well in many different ways. His shot is becoming much better, and so just him continue to develop his game is gonna show for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people, and I know Coach Cal said this, has said this too. He loves having Billy on the court, and when Carter
Yeah.
was healthy, right, he was going, how can I take Billy out of the? I have Carter Knox on the bench, but how can I take Billy out right now? He's playing
Mhm.
so well, and he's so good for
Mhm.
this team, and I just like watching him play because you could ask Billy Richmond to do anything, and I feel like this was the same when you were on the team. You could
Yeah.
ask him to do anything, and he'd do it.
And we
It's
go
just
do it.
he's gonna do it. And that was just
Mhm.
like you. You would come in a game and it was just like, Devo's gonna do anything. He doesn't have to be the star. He's just gonna
Yeah.
do anything to help this
We
team
go.
win.
We the fill in the blank.
I love it. We're the little, what do you call them? The like mash, the mash where
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
words, but
We
they're like,
that.
all
We
right,
that. We go
yes.
wherever the team or whoever needs help. That's where we gonna fill in,
And
and we help. We help in every way, any way possible.
And I loved it. It's such a fun.
Mhm.
Billy's my favorite player, and that makes sense because you were my favorite player to watch. So it's like, well, this makes sense. This is what I enjoy watching, and that's no hate to Darius at all or anything.
And yeah, like got a lot of great players on the team.
Yeah.
But just imagine if every SEC team had Billy Richmond.
Oh,
The SEC will be much more harder to play
yeah.
in.
I do not want to face a Bill. If I'm every other SEC team,
Exactly.
no. You heard what? I think it was what? Was it Stephen Pearl who said it after that Auburn when they came here
Hmm.
and Arkansas beat him? I think after the game, Stephen Pearl was like, Billy Richmond, the X factor for that team. I'm like,
Yeah, hmm
but
no,
you're
for sure.
right. You're actually
When
right.
you go to the game, you watch Billy play. After you leave, he'll have you leaving with your eyes a little more wide open than you walked in the gym.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
and it's just fun. He's just humble about it. He's fun, and it's just like his dad played for Coach Cal and he just, it's basketball's in his bloodline. So it's just like you're like,
For sure.
man, it's fun to watch him. Devo, we are running out of time, but I do want to get to kind of just your thoughts a little bit. We talked about a couple of different players, but Arkansas has a tough stretch of games coming up. They do take on Missouri this Saturday at Bud Walton Arena.
Hmm.
Hopefully that Bud Walton Arena magic is there, but they still have to take on the reigning national champs in Florida,
Florida.
in
Yeah.
Gainesville, and Florida been playing extremely well this year. They have a front court that's just a nightmare for people. And
Yeah.
they also have, Boogie Fland over there as well. So I think he has this matchup circled just like some of the people on this team do. What do you think
Hmm.
about the Razorbacks moving forward? What do you see as a good scenario for them? I mean, do you feel like they can finish out the regular season pretty well?
Yeah, for sure. I think they have a really good chance of finishing out the regular season pretty well. I think the Missouri game. I feel if we pull that game off, it'll make it a little easier going to Gainesville. I shall say, and I say that because the last time I went to Gainesville, we actually won. So,
Yeah, I do remember
Hope-
that. I do.
yeah, and we wore the gray jerseys. And they said
Oh,
the gray jerseys was bad luck.
that's right. Wait,
Yeah,
y'all
so
wore those then?
yes, we wore those. The
Oh,
last time we played in Gainesville, we wore the
oh.
gray jerseys and we beat Florida, and it was crazy because everybody was like, "No, we do not need to wear these jerseys." They said them jerseys was not worn since Daniel Gafford.
Did what?
Yeah, so it was crazy, but no, I think Arkansas is gonna pull this stretch of games out. Um, if fall in one, they'll still be okay,
Mm,
but pulling the rest out, um, would be huge, especially for the seeding and March Madness, like we talked about earlier. I think March Madness, it's gonna be the seeding is gonna be key for them going into March Madness because you don't want to face one of those lower Division 1 schools going into March Madness. It's just always scary, and so just being able to try to finish these stretch of games out on a good note, a high note, and alongside making sure they watch the point spreads and things like that because that takes big toll into March Madness because the SEC is so like the overalls or the games, the wins and losses are so close. The wins, how much you win by, things like that matters. And so hopefully they take all that into consideration, which I'm sure Cal and all of them got all of that handled. But they should do really really well these next few games. Of course, we rooting for them. We gonna give them all the mojo what we can. So
I know you are, Devo. You're like, all right, I got to go back to Bud Walton. I got to see a win.
mhm.
And you have chances. You have chances too, right? You have Missouri this Saturday. The next Wednesday they have Texas A&M. They go to Florida. Then they have Texas at Bud Walton Arena on
Oh,
Wednesday, March 4th. That's going to be a fun one. And then
do they
they
play at Texas?
they play. No, it's at Bud Walton Arena.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Tremont Mark.
I know. I was about to say that. I was like, man, there's some they're facing some former players down this stretch.
hmm
So,
Yeah, nah,
you,
it's gonna be fun. That makes the game much more fun. That's all.
oh yeah, and I bet and
hmm
it's all love at the end of the day too. It's like they have some fun. It's good. For
hmm
you, Devo, in March. What's your advice for these guys? Because you're like the king of March. I have to say you
hmm
are. I mean,
I
I'm just gonna
appreciate it.
always call you the king of March. What is
Thank
what
you.
is your advice to these guys, especially the younger guys on the team like Darius and Malik, who they're waiting for it, they're excited for it. How do they keep their composure and stay grounded?
You said it yourself. Composure. I mean, you gotta stay poised. It's win or lose situation, and so you got to make sure you stay focused. Always locked in on not just scouting, but yourself and the team, the guys that you have built bonds with the entire season, and y'all didn't make it this far for no reason. And so making it all the way to March is fun, but you gotta stay poised. You gotta stay under control, and that's on and off the court, just so that you could always stay focused mentally. So physically, when you go out there, you're always ready. Because physically we work on it every day. You work on our skills and our basketball abilities every day, and so just staying, like I said, mentally right. And Coach Cal, I'm sure, will for sure make sure they're all mentally right. And then for the young guys, I mean, they seem pretty poised as we see. I mean, you got guys out there competing with the best of the best in the highest level of college basketball there is. I mean, the SEC is pretty doggone hard to play in. When it comes to being a tough, hard nosed guy, player, or however you want to say it. I mean, it's gonna be fun for them once they make it to March Madness and actually seeing them achieve what they've been working for.
Oh yeah, and it all this better than anybody else. It's all about that draw too. It's all about who they're going to face. It's all about who they get
Yeah.
given early on, and do they have a
hmm
path that they can get further and further and further down the line. I keep saying, my room in Indianapolis is booked. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Okay. Yes. I
okay.
think they should be a 3 or 4 seed. If the lowest, they should be a 5 seed. And
At the
so,
lowest, but they have them on some things. They have them as a 6 seed or a 7 seed.
really? Oh
Yeah, and
wow.
I'm going.
Mm.
What are you guys? What are you guys smoking?
Them bracketologists,
Uh,
you never know with them guys.
I, I I don't know what's in the water over there because clearly they're not watching the same team as us. 'Cause
Yeah, a lot of
I,
people, ha ha.
I wouldn't want to match up with A, this Arkansas team in March Madness, or B, a Coach Calipari led team in March
In March
Madness.
Madness. Exactly.
Are
That's
you and
scary.
three, a team that has Darius Acuff on it?
Makes it even worse for the opposition. So hey, you got it, and you got it right. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be a lot of talent in March Madness, I will say, because this I mean, not just freshman class. This entire year has been really good basketball. College basketball, and so just being able to watch, like I said, and see it from the outside looking in. It's amazing watching it. I mean, of course, you got a lot of different off the court things changing and things within NIL and things like that. But basketball wise, I think it's gonna be pretty good for Arkansas going into March Madness. I can't wait.
I mean, we are watching in March Madness, we are going to be watching a crazy NBA draft class in March Madness.
Yes,
Like, this is a
yes,
stacked NBA draft
yes.
class.
Insane.
People were saying to me the other day, they were like, look, we love Malik Thomas. He is so good. I know Darius gets a lot of love, but Malik is amazing. And there are some people saying with this draft class, we're not even sure where he falls because it's so stacked. And
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
many good players.
it's insane. Insane. So
Hmm.
March Madness, circle your calendars right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know Devo will be watching. We will be watching here
Hmm.
as well. Devo, do you have anything to say before we let you go? Anything you want to tell the people? Anything you want to say before we let you go?
Well, first I would like to say appreciate you for having me on again. But no, Woo Pig Sue, and I'm always showing love. I will definitely be back in Budwald sooner than later. If it's later, I'll still be there. But just know, it's always love on my end, and make sure y'all go shop at Four Times Department, and also be looking out because I'm back on that court.
Because Devo Davis is
Hmm.
back. And
And for all
hashtag
the people that know, for all the people that don't know, after the couple months I'm doing overseas, I'll be working my way back into the NBA. Yeah, I'm be so yeah. So to be continued, I shall say.
Ooh, that's a teaser right there. Devo, we're going to have you back on the show. You were so much fun. We're going to have to
Always.
we're going to check in with you after these. We want you to have a great time playing professional
Hmm.
ball, but we're going to have to check in with you again, okay? We're going to have
Oh
you
yeah,
come in
yes, ma'am.
studio or something.
Oh yeah, that's even better. I would love to. I would love to.
Next time we're going to have you. Everybody, Devo Davis, thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of Full Courtney Press. We'll see you right here next Wednesday night.